good stories about matching up?
I never look at it matching up. But I mean, his teams are always well coached. I mean, I'm not telling you guys anything. He's a legendary coach. I mean, played against him when he was coaching in West Virginia and stuff like that. They were a handful back then. He's just a great football coach, and it's just an honor to be in the same room, same fraternity with him. He says something, I listen. Of course, I'm at the back of the line. He's way at the front. I got to ask him what he said in front of me. What Bound said.
You got the better winning percentage, though.
Oh, is that right? That's right. Yeah, so far.
And he said Tommy was going to get bored and was going to come back into coaching next year.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
And he's his father, so he should know, right?
Well, he said he already called his mom after a morning and said, "Look, you've gone to coffee. I've run 8 miles. What do I do now?" So.
Yeah, coaches are. There's not much else we want to do or can do.
How do you like your preseason position in the poll?
We use it to our advantage. So I said I was surprised we picked that high. Who else you could have put down there? I noticed some of the other guys are on our schedule, so that was good.
Does it feel like Virginia's in the same conference with you guys? You've only played once, and that was like 3 or 4 years ago.
No.
Now you're playing them this year.
Yeah, no.
I guess neither one of you are very familiar with one another.
They've changed, and you don't play that much and stuff like that. Same with Duke. I think we've seen him once, right? Duke. Virginia Tech, that's a different story, right?
Yeah.
Frank,
It was a preseason game with them.
with the parity that sort of existed in the league, especially last year, is there one team to beat at this point? I guess in your eye, going into the season, is there one team that sort of has the bullseye?
To me, the team, this is what I said when somebody asked me a similar question. The teams you have to be concerned with are ones that have quarterbacks coming back. And that's why the league is going to be a little bit better this year, I think. Because when you have quarterbacks coming back that are experienced, that have played a little bit, it elevates everybody's game. It's like pitching in baseball. You got a good pitcher going, your baseball team looks a lot better. So, you guys know who the quarterbacks are coming back.
So who's the most dangerous quarterback out there right now?
There's, in my mind, not one dangerous guy, and I'm not trying to be evasive or politically correct with you. Those quarterbacks that have played and understand that system are extremely, extremely dangerous. And there aren't too many us guys. Most of the league, you go down, they've got them coming back, and they've been coached, and they got some other players go with them. But a good quarterback can make a lot of things happen.
You mentioned all the returning quarterbacks. There's also a bunch of running backs. You look at Dwyer and Spiller and Evans. A lot of high-profile offense skill guys this year. Will that be good for the conference? Do you expect? It's been a defensive conference now for a while.
Yeah, this is Frank Spaziani talking.
I know.
Yeah, thanks. I was dumb on my part, right? I said, "Oh, shut up."
I thought you were Bobby Bowden for a second.
Absolutely, because what is it? Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's more exciting when there's more offense out there. There's more highlights. No one's looking for, wow, look at this goal line stand. You want to see Spiller running 78 yards down the boundary up in Alumni Stadium, or that's the stuff that gets you in a little bit more national focus and picture and stuff like that. Doesn't mean anybody's any better or whatever, but it's obviously more noticeable. It's easier to follow. My wife can follow offense better than defense. She likes high-scoring games.
You haven't trained her to be a defensive fan?
Gary, I have not trained my wife to do anything.
Good point.
I'm the one being trained.
Good point.
So does she ever say, Frank, what the heck did you do?
Yeah, that was boring, that game. We won like 34-3. That's boring. What do you like there? 42-38. Says you like me working too, don't you?
Beth, I wanted to ask you about Coach O'Brien. When he took that job, just sort of, what did you think? Okay, he's saying, what can he do there? Because I'm doing a thing on coaches who are entering their third seasons and just where he's taking the program. What did you think he was going to be, excuse me, capable of in terms of what he might be able to do at NC State?
I didn't think of what he could do. I thought in terms of what I knew he was going to do.
Yeah.
I've been around Tom a long time, 1975. He's a good coach, took a good staff with him. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time for them to be as good as anyone.
So is he going to be able to do better at State than he did at Boston College?
I don't know that.
Do you have a favorite O'Brien story or two?
No.
No? You do. You just
None that I
don't
want
know.
to share. None that I
Okay.
want to share. Tom has been a tremendous friend and a tremendous colleague, and I owe a lot to him. I would not be sitting here if it wasn't for him, right? Because I was in the witness protection program, and he didn't have to hire me, and he hired me. So no matter what he does or doesn't do, and they've never changed my opinion.
Your players yesterday were talking about how Erskine was going to be on campus this fall taking classes. Do you expect him to maybe show up at practices or be on the sidelines?
Oh yeah. Whatever his doctors and the medical situation will allow, his physical status will allow, we want him around as much as possible. And because I know he wants to be around, and it'd be great for us.
How much can his presence mean to some of the younger guys, either just being there or just the tips he can give to guys?
Well, one of the things in building a program and learning in a program is training your guys, and then those guys training the other guys as they come up. This is the way they do it. When a coach says this, hey, this is what he's trying. Break down whatever. It's all a giant fit. It all fits together over time, and that's what he would give us. Stuff you can't quantify.
Do you have any idea when McLaughlin might be back? You said he was progressing nicely, he was going to a doctor's appointment, but...
Here's what they're saying. They're saying that he might be available sometime the first week season. Now, the best way I can decipher that is he'll be able to practice a little bit. He's not going to be able to go in and do everything we need to do in preseason, so they'll ease him into it. And then, once the season gets started, then it becomes a little bit more difficult to get ready because now you're into more preparations. He's smart and experienced, and if he's healthy, he'll be ready to go. But that's a big if.
Why do coaches feel it's necessary to stay off campus on a Friday before a home game?
It's because of all the activity on campus. If you had a facility on campus that you felt was a little bit quiet and removed, I think you would stay there. Years ago,
Notre Dame has a seminary, for example. I think they stay in.
Yeah, I don't know what they do, but years ago with Penn State, we used to stay at the Nittany Lion Inn.
Right.
And they've created a monster there, not a Nittany Lion Inn. It's party center. So there's not party, but there's so much activity going around, you can't. There's some distractions and stuff. So that's basically the deal, just to get everybody away from